Hey everybody, it's me, it's your old pal, the original gamer StevieStrow, and we are back for another exciting video game showcase. Are you ready? Let's do it! Soft Sector Marketing proudly presents Death Trap, created by the Rugby Circle Inc., copyright 1983. Death Trap, what a cool game. We're back for another exciting video game showcase on the Radio Shack TRS-80 color computer. This game was called Death Trap. Let's check it out. I just blew up. I remember playing this game. So in this game, you are a tank and you're navigating a maze. Okay, I have to hold down the button to give myself fuel. Okay, the F is fuel. I remember seeing one of them was a death trap, right? So you want to avoid the death trap. So you're basically exploring a maze. As you're driving, you're using up fuel. My fuel gauge is going down. You want to avoid that death trap. So there's nothing I can do there. I can't go that way because there's a death trap there. I got to go back up and waste gas. Interesting. So there were some dead ends to this maze. I remember playing this game. I remember that song. That little theme song you heard used to get stuck in my head. Is this hyperspace? Okay, so hyperspace will teleport me somewhere randomly within the maze. But yeah, I remember that theme song. And the question mark, what are you going to get? Nobody knows. Okay, I teleported. Kind of like Twilight Zone music there. Okay, fuel. I needed that. My tank was thirsty. Now you can kind of see, number one, when you're scrolling horizontally, it's a little bit choppy. And that has to do with the way this computer worked, right? So if you had an Atari system, that system was designed to be more like a real arcade machine, and it had better hardware to allow you to scroll. This one, scrolling vertically, was pretty smooth, but scrolling horizontally was a little choppy. And it just had to do with how the computer had to shift all the bits of information on the screen, and it did it using software. There was no hardware assist for anything gaming-like in here, so everything had to be done by the programmers. They had to figure out ways to scroll the screen and shift all those bits of information across and make it look smooth and make it look fluid. So you can kind of see some of the limitations here present when I'm scrolling. It's moving a little slower and it's a little bit less smooth. Fuel. But it's a cool game. I remember playing this game. I just remember that theme music. Hyperspace. Where do you end up? No one knows. Round and round and round it goes. So you could possibly end up hypering and teleporting into a death mine. Who knows? So your goal, I guess, I don't know if there's a finish line here, but the main focus of this game is to explore the maze and pick things up. You get points just for traveling, it looks like here, right? So my score continues to grow as I drive, which is fine. I don't know if there was a finish line you had to find, if there was like a center of the maze or, you know, an end to the maze anywhere, or if you just played until you died. I'm thinking there's two ways you would die. Now, I don't remember what the M did. Let's click on the M and see. Oh, there's the map. Okay, that showed me the map of the whole maze. I don't really see a way out of the maze, but it looks like I'm pretty much in the dead center of the maze right now. I don't see a way out. And at this point, I could hyper. Let's just hyper. We got plenty of hyper choices here. Let's hyper somewhere else. Okay, there's the letter P there. I don't remember what the letter P did. And I don't know what that little diamond thing there does. Oh, okay. Well, we've got a mystery on our hands here, folks. I mysteriously blew up. And that took away one of my ships. Okay, so you have a certain number of lives. So how does the game end? You can lose all your ships. That'll do it. I would imagine that if you run out of fuel, that will probably end a life. Landing on one of those death traps will end a life. Okay, that might be a bad guy. Are you a bad guy? Are you a good thing or a bad thing? What did the P do? I don't remember what the letter P did. Okay, I don't know if this guy is good or bad. We're going to find out. He's bad. Okay, so that little pulsating square was bad. Avoid the pulsating square at all costs. Ooh, I am completely teleported. This is an interesting part of the maze. Cool sound effects, tank sound effects. Do I want to hyper or do I want to take my chances zigzagging through this maze? Let's zigzag our way through the maze. Now, this could end it all right now. Okay, fuel. Now I don't know if Mr. Pulsating Square can walk through walls. It looks like he can. So this might be game over for me. I'm not sure that I can maneuver my way around this crafty individual here. So far it's looking like I am. Okay. So H was hyper. Oh, T gives you an extra tank. Okay, so that's like an extra life. If I don't get fuel soon, I am hurting for certain. Here we go. Here's more fuel. And there's still an evil, angry square on the loose, so I have to look out for him. So this T will give me an extra life. Now there's a D there in the maze. So that is kind of like, well, why do I want to keep going that way? I'm eventually going to hit a D and I'm going to die. However, I guess you might need to sometimes take one for the team, sacrifice a tank if you have a spare just to get to another area of the maze, because I don't see any other choice. You're going to have to die when you hit that letter D there. And this was pretty interesting because the graphics were pretty simple. It didn't do anything fancy. Your tank is barely a letter H in itself. And then all the objects you have to pick up are just letters of the alphabet. So, but despite the somewhat simplistic nature of it, it's pretty cool. And it's a pretty expansive world to explore here. It's a pretty large map, as we saw before when we got that peak. Okay, so there was that was a calculated risk there. I sacrificed a tank and I gained a tank as I'm continuing to go through this whole little zigzaggy thing here. I don't remember what the letter P did. Okay, points, I guess. This gives you more points. Okay, and much needed fuel. I'm hoping that when they designed this, that they've located fuel conveniently enough to where you can get more fuel before you run out down these stretches here, or it would be completely pointless, right? There's Mr. Green Jeans there, chasing me down. As far as I know, I'm almost out of fuel. Oh my goodness. Will I make it? I am on E, folks. I ran out of gas. I ran out of gas. Am I dead? I am dead. Okay. So I had an extra life. And there's Mr. Green Jeans one more time. He's chasing me. I don't know if there's any fuel efficient shortcuts you can use here to not waste gas, because I was following the path and I ran out of gas. So now, well, luckily that filled me up to the top. Now, here we go. Here's a mystery box. What am I going to get? I got death. The surprise of death. Surprise! You're dead. That's what happened to me. Alright, so this was it, man. I hope you enjoyed it. This game was called Death Trap, and you just saw me meet my death in the game. Cool game by the Rugby Circle, who would later produce a very good Joust clone called Buzzard Bait. So this is an early entry into the color computer software library, but a good one. Thank you so much for watching. I am the original gamer, StevieStrow. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, how about smash that like button, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you got something to say, throw out a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what you'd like to see next. And I'd really love it if you could share this video and share my channel with your friends and help me grow. Thank you so much. I will see you all next time. Peace out and bye-bye, everybody.